Hi guys, I'm Mikael from Opeth. Well, we're here in Baltimore and I'm going to talk a little bit about PRS and my history with them and obviously my signature PRS guitar, the SE Mikael Åkerfeldt model. Real nice guitar, chuffed. I've been playing guitar for quite a long time. I got my first guitar when I was little from my grandmother, an acoustic guitar that I ended up smashing up. And before I did, I actually painted buttons on it because I wanted an electric guitar so bad. And I got my first electric guitar when I started third grade, I think. So I was fairly young, and I was just playing some. I couldn't really play much, but I was trying to figure out how to play like the metal songs I was listening to at the time. And eventually, in the late '80s, I started for my first band, Eruption. I mean, I had a couple of guitars. I had to sell a guitar to be able to buy a new one, and none of them were really good. But eventually, I bought a guitar that kind of worked, and Eruption kind of dissolved, and Opeth was formed in 1990, and we started playing. And I wasn't aware of PRS guitars at the time, and to be honest, I wanted more of the spiky type of, like the BC Rich type of. I like the look of those types of guitars. And eventually, I can't remember what type of guitar. I was borrowing a guitar from my other guitar player at the time. I think it was a Jackson type of guitar. And one of my friends, actually Anders, who plays with Catatonia, and who's on this tour with us here, he asked me, because I knew a little bit about guitars, and he asked me if I could help him buy a new guitar, because he had to buy a new guitar. And we went into a guitar store in Stockholm, and on the wall there was a standard or a CE24, I can't remember which one it was, black PRS guitar, and it would cost like $1,000 or something like that, $1,200. And I'm like, try that guitar. And he's like, okay. And he played it and he fell in love with it, and I was like, oh, because I didn't have money, to buy the guitar. And he did, and he bought it, and I was like, I wanted that guitar. And he used it on one of their records. And then one day he called me up, like, this guitar, I need some money, besides it's too good for me, this guitar is too good for me, he said. And do you want to buy it? And I was like, yeah. And at the time I happened to have some money, so I bought the guitar off of him and never looked back. He was my companion for my early years with Opeth, you could say. And I used it for our breakthrough record, Blackwater Park. Was the first time I recorded it with it. And I loved the guitar, and all of a sudden I just found my brand of guitars in PRS. And I bought a second PRS later on, a custom 24 from a friend of mine. And he'd been hunting me down since then. He wanted to buy it back. He regretted selling it, but I still have it, and I had those two guitars with me on the early tours that we did in the US and in Europe. And now I'm a full-on PRS endorsee, and it's the best guitars I ever played in my life. I've been writing most, if not all, of the songs on PRS guitars I have back home, and I have shitloads now, I'm happy to say.